What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday! Woo! Monday night, we are back at it, rocking and rolling, ripping and roaring with another episode of the Ruell Report, joined by the namesake of the show, Mr. Ruell Black. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing good. What is up with you, Luke?
Doing pretty well, man. Good Monday thus far. That's what I'll say. Good Monday thus far.
Here we go.
But I mean, a rough weekend, right?
For real, it was. Now, I had to say, I didn't expect this one. This one came out of nowhere for me.
Oh yeah, I mean that was a wild move. The wildest of moves, I would say.
This one came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell just happened?
The funny part to me is, and we'll get into it. Thanks, Shelly.
Okay.
We'll get into it. But if we look at the DeFi, and if you guys don't know what DeFi is, take a look at one of my videos. I get into crypto. What is it really? And I go into 5 points that are really like just crypto in a nutshell. But if you look at the DeFi, you can see there's some games being played for real. There's some things that didn't like DeFi wise move at all, even though they went down. And then there's some things that went like down and went exactly like right like back up Fibonacci style halfway point.
Okay. And are you trying to show us something right now, Ruel?
No.
Okay.
I was just saying we'll get into that. But yeah, no one saw that coming. Like that was like what,
Right.
like a $12,000 dip,
Yeah,
15K
I mean
dip.
that was wild. That was fast. And that was painful. There's no doubt about that. That was painful.
Now I know one like fringe coin exchange got hacked, Bitmark. I don't know if that had
Okay.
anything to do with it, but that did happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
I didn't have much money in Bitmart, so they didn't mess with mine. Most of my money's in like trusted exchanges like Voyager, Coinbase, and KuCoin, but
Okay.
you know,
What how did the alts do?
everything went down. Like alts, majors, everything just crashed. Um, there's some things that like have like upcoming catalysts and things like that that didn't move as much, but they still were affected. Um, but yeah, I want to show like the good part about that is that like a lot of coins that we might have thought were too high actually are lower now, so we can
Okay.
actually pop into those coins.
So you're gonna give
And
us the buy list, and let me ask you this one:
sure,
Bitcoin, ETH, the majors, you like them right now or no?
yeah, they're always good, especially Ethereum. Actually, well, both coins are actually really looking really good right now. Um, Jack Dorsey stepped down at Twitter, and I heard he went to some like crypto type deal. Let me see if I can find that right quick, because a lot of people were saying that he's like invested in this coin called Stacks. I'm not sure. Let me see, Jack Dorsey. Oh.
And if anybody out there in the chat has coins that they're watching, things we should take a look at, drop us the symbols. We're curious. We're interested in checking them out. We'll take a look.
Okay, so it seems like Square is renamed Block, perhaps signaling Jack Dorsey's what? Okay, so apparently he's still involved with Square, and maybe he's influencing Square now. So I know he was involved with both like Square and Twitter, but yeah, who knows? I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. But
Okay.
Yeah, let's look at the top 10. But a question I have for you is, what I was seeing was the stock market was down and a whole bunch of money was flowing into crypto. Did the stock market kick back up today?
Yes, it did in a major way, a decent way, for sure. You know what got cracked was the vaccine stocks that rallied amidst the Omicron news, and then the market was back up, rocking and rolling, ripping and roaring today.
Okay. All right. So that's a little bit of what I expected, but a ton of money is in crypto still. So let me share some things with you guys. Entire screen. Okay. Up. Okay. So one thing I want to show you guys is chains, right? So at one point here, you see total value locked. At one point, there were only about 7 cryptos that had $1 billion locked in their DeFi systems. Now there's pretty much about 16. Where did all that money come from? I think some of it came from the stock market, a lot of it, actually. And if we look at the overview, you can kind of tell here as well, like from November all the way up to right now, there's like what, $58 billion that got put into DeFi over that span of time. So me thinks that a lot of those stock gains came over here to these crypto DeFi markets. Um, and as far as the funny stuff, okay, so let's do this. Okay, we're gonna start with one of the members of the top 10 here. One of the members of the top 10. And by the way, guys, my patrons get this first. If this is something you're interested in, I give everybody a weekly watch list for like $7.77. Best value ever. And sometimes I'll even update you guys on what I'm watching for the day. So if that's something you're interested in, check out any of my videos and you'll get a link for that. You can just come to my channel by putting in darkhorsewatcher.com and boom, you're there. Trying to make the push to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're at 737 right now. Let's do it, guys. So yeah, so back to this here. One of our top 10, and no specific order, is a coin called Crow. Why Crow? So crypto.com, excuse me, sorry guys. Crypto.com coin has been now linked to a chain, and this chain does DeFi. When you start getting into the DeFi realms, you start pulling up a lot of change. Like you're almost basically a bank when you're doing DeFi. And now
Will you
crypto.com
explain
is
that concept?
actually connected. Okay. You can get a full explanation of it in my video, Crypto, What Is It Really? But really, DeFi goes into basically making it almost a handshake transaction. Essentially, the DeFi organization is another person, and then you're a person, and you're entering into like a loan trade type deal with that person.
Okay.
So basically, what it does is it cuts out the whole slew of middlemen that you get when you're doing it with somebody else's bank, because then it's your bank and the other person's bank and everybody in between those two banks. So essentially, we're doing it with DeFi. That means you get a better interest rate, and the person who's actually lending you the money actually gets a better rate on their lend. So they get a better rate on their lend, and you get a better rate in the loan. So like everybody's making out better, and the kind of decentralized organization in between the two, the crypto coin, gets access to your money, and gets access to the lend, and they can do whatever they want with that lend. So basically they're kind of cutting out all the middlemen margins that the banks now give on you.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what it is. And it's called DeFi, as in decentralized finance. So now the financing is decentralized, and kind of what also kind of goes into that is staking. It's almost like when you staking, you're almost saying that you're a lender. Um, it makes you a diamond hands, which makes the coin go up in value, but also they can now lend and do what they need to do with your money. Since you've staked that coin, they can now use your money as capital, as an asset, to go out and do what they will with it, be it like lend it out to other people, and which they get a better rate on those loans than they would at the bank, or do whatever else that they feel is necessary there. So as you can see, within this kind of time, uh, Crow was sitting at about 70 cents. It went all the way down to 55 cents. But if we go kind of take a look at his DeFi chain is Chronos, which literally kind of just opened up. You guys are going to love this.
Okay.
Okay, so Chronos kind of just opened up, right? Already a billion value locked there. And it's only been around since the 11th of November. A billion, like a billion. It like instantly made it into the top 10. And as you can see, during this crash, like really no money went out of it. Like maybe like five billion. So if we put that in comparison, a coin called Elron, which is not one of our 10, by the way. I just want to show you guys a comparison here. Elron. Last 7 days. I guess Elron did get chunked down worse than this, but yeah, Elron went from like 420 all the way down to 280 something, almost cut in half, and is still sitting at 286. And I guess this does correlate well. And if we come look at Elron's DeFi, where is it? Elron, their DeFi went from like 2 billion all the way down to 400 million and back up to like 1.35 billion. But of course, the coin hasn't recovered to this level. But you can see that obviously there is some such shenanigans going on there, because okay, why you're going to take it out here and put it back like a couple of days later? Come on.
Yep.
Like there's um so that's the kind of comparison that we have here. Um but yeah, so Crow is on our list because of its DeFi chain Chronos. And if you want to
Okay.
get all the proof to that, you can go watch my video on that guy. But yeah, Crow is on the list. The next guy on the list, and if I had to rank it, this would be like kind of maybe number 2 on the list. This coin has been around forever, hasn't really done anything, but why I think it's going to do something now is because it's landed in an area of DeFi, Stellar Lumens. Yet to do a video on this, but it's there. Okay, so if I look at 7-day change, oh look at that, Stellar. Total value locked, like so it went from 13 mil locked to 37 million locked, tripling its value in DeFi locked. So obviously there's some stuff going on here. And if we come look at it, it's sitting at really nice, almost 30 cents. Definitely not an all-time high. If we look at all, it was as high as 90 cents, like all the way in 2017. Like I said, this guy's been around for a while. But now that it's actually entered DeFi, this is a pretty kind of trusted payment method too that people use like across the world to pay with XLM.
Okay.
I imagine
So
we
you're going
see
all DeFi names. Is that fair to say or no? And in the
no.
chat, if you have, Ruel's given us his top 10 list. If you have anything that should be in the top 10 buy list right now, drop them in. But all right,
No,
keep
so these
going.
won't
So you
all be
just did
DeFi. These will
Crow.
be
Now
but
you're
just
doing
hit Crow.
Stellar.
We hit Stellar, and then number 3 will be H bar Hedera. So a lot of people don't like Hedera because they have a lot of centralized names behind them, like Google. Like huge companies are behind them. So people don't like it because it has all those kind of people backing it. And when I say people, I mean people in the whole crypto world who believe in decentralized stuff. But with all those big people behind it, it has a huge future. I already went into like a video on this. Check out the video. But one thing is their DeFi platform is about to launch. It's called AKT.io. This is their DeFi platform. So it's not completely up and running yet. It says early access. And they finally sold out of all their pre-sale coins. I couldn't get any because I wasn't in. I'm not outside of the U.S. But I let my patrons know about this, and anyone who was outside of the U.S. was hopefully got to get in. Oh, apparently there's some more left. So you guys are getting this, but my patrons got this like a month ago. So um, here you go. So if you want to join the ICO and you're outside of the U.S., seems like a pretty good deal to me. They're getting their whole NFT stuff going. They have a site that's going to be called Plural NFT. That's coming soon. And one of the most interesting things that they had, let me see. I'm pretty sure I shared this with my patrons. Published. Okay, I probably shared it in the list, so I don't want to go into the list and not give you the one of the things that those guys saw. So I'll just search it on Twitter. H bar is actually going to be involved in making a stable coin for South Korea to replace their money, which seems like a bomb thing to me. We can find it here. All right, I'm just gonna have to put in probably Hedera, South Korea. Here we go. South Korea won, I believe, win. Backed stablecoin international remittance PLC on Hedera. So basically, they're going through like just taking their money and actually making it into a stable coin and putting it on Hedera. So that's going to be
Okay.
huge. That's
Yeah,
huge.
no, that's huge. All right, so has it already moved though? And then after
It
this,
hasn't.
Ruel, can we hammer some symbols out of the chat?
Sure. It
Okay.
has not moved. I'm not sure if, like, for whatever reason, this is not like ready news to everybody. But every time someone does a payment, Hedera's going to get like it moves like a little bit off of that, but not much. It moves from like 39 to like 43 right quick.
Yeah, it's super
And
interesting.
So every time someone does like a little payment on their system, Hedera is going to get paid. And I'm assuming then the whole, like all of South Korea, every time they make a payment or a remittance or whatever, Hedera is going to get paid from that. So that's going to be very, very huge. And if that all goes well, I'm sure other countries will be willing to move towards this because it actually stops the spread of Rona or Omicron or Omicron. I'm not gonna say the word so we don't get like pulled off or something like that. Um, if you're wondering why I'm doing that weird thing, so yeah, so that's really huge. But yeah, let's tackle some from the crowd there.
All right, so some from the crowd. Let's do RB. Any opinions on that one?
RB. I'm not sure if I know what that is. Rabbit coin? Is that the one that they're mentioning? Is either
I
it
don't
has to be
know.
Rabbit. RB. I haven't heard of this, so I'm gonna have to do some
All
research on
right,
it. But
I'm gonna
being
pick
that
out a
my
couple
name is
others.
what my
Go ahead.
name is, I
Oh,
really love
that's right, Ruell Black, RB coin.
it.
Let's go, baby. Now we're talking.
Just based off that, bullish. No, I gotta look into it and see what's going on. Um, on the real though, I gotta look into it and see what's going on. But based off that, I'm at least smiling. Any other ones?
Yeah, There's a lot. I'm gonna pick a couple. Let's try VRA. I know how you feel about this one.
Oh, Vera. Oh my God. You know I'm
Yeah,
loving
exactly.
Vera.
I know how you feel about
If
this
you
one.
can see, it's bouncing back well. Okay, so here's what I love most about Vera. Well, there's so many things. First of all, they're bringing out this whole system called Vera Views, which is basically going to be like a tabula almost. But the way it's going to be better than tabula is because it's going to actually pay the people for viewing. So if you guys aren't sure what tabula is, it's a publicly traded company, and basically they do like metrics, and they give all these type of metrics on what's happening on your site, and by garnering all those metrics, it's like the same thing that Google does to us without us like getting pay from it. From garnering all those metrics, it's just going to make it better for those companies to sell to people. They'll
Yeah,
be like,
I know
okay,
Taboola well.
right.
Partner of Benzinga's actually.
So so what's going to make Vera really good with this is now when people use that site and they're taking information from them, they're going to actually pay them in Veracoin. And Veracoin you can use on shopping.io to go buy things like on Walmart, Etsy, a whole bunch of different other places. So it's actually going to pay them to view or advertise or do stuff on whatever site uses Vera Views. So when they get this up and running completely, Vera Views, I think it's going to be a really big boon for them because it's a whole separate income. Because you already know they're doing their own Twitch called Esports Fight Club. We can go check that out. So along with their Twitch, where they're kicking Twitch's butt in the fact that still they're paying people to view. If you are watching like Valorant, which is one of the things that they have on their thing, because they're partnered with Riot Games via AKA Tencent. Um, you're getting Twitch's butt kicked right there because they're actually paying you to view. Oh, they changed it to Vera Esports. That makes way more sense. Okay. So they changed the name of Esports Fight Club to Vera Esports, which puts it more in line with veracity. Good good job, guys. Good job. Um so I love it. I love Vera. I love it that they're partnered with big guys, like I said, like Riot, Tencent, which is publicly traded, even though it's like a penny stock, quote unquote. Um, they're also partnered with Huya, which I'm curious how that works out for them because Huya kind of does the same thing that they do, but I guess Huya can then use their platform to actually give people crypto. So maybe that's the extent of that. But they're taking like Southeast Asia all by storm, as you can kind of see there. Um, they're advertising it, and they got a lot going on. This looks like a Star
I
Wars
like
game
it.
here. Um, yeah. So I mean, being partnered with Tencent is going to be like really really huge for them. They got something going on here with FTX, which is Sam Bankman-Fried's company. He's big with Solana. There's just like they're always on top of their game, and just creating a product like Vera Views shows you that they're still on top of their game, and always like like innovating. So yeah, really really high on veracity, and of course you can stake it. You need any help on kind of knowing how to stake it? Just contact me on Twitter. It's at Blackru, or just join the Patreon. I have people that ask me questions in the Patreon all the time. That's kind of what it's there for. One of these days, I'm gonna have a what is it? A Discord, but right now I just don't have the time. Um, so yeah, you could stake it for 25.5% a year. You know your boy staking right now. Um, Gotta love that. So what's the next coin?
Let's do one more. Let's see. Let's do a time check, Mr. Ruel. How far down the list are we?
I think we've gone through 3 coins because Vera was actually on the list, I believe.
Hey, wait, can I share for a minute?
Yeah,
All
Vera was
right.
on the list. So we've gone through 3 of 7.
All right. 3 of 10.
Yeah, 3 of 10. Thank you.
Can you see my? Nope. Let me swap it. All right, now you can see my screen. Ruel, you know that like this video is when the GameStop moment happened.
Really?
It was when Andrew left and like Wall Street bets collided. Did you know that?
Really? No, I did not know that.
So this was the first time that Andrew left talked about GameStop with individual investors on this video.
What?
January. Look at this. January 21st, 2021. Okay.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Right. GameStop was like $30 at that point. You want me to mind that few a little bit more?
Go ahead.
I just saw this today, and I'm like, I have to pull this up on the Ruel report tonight. So here's Andrew left. He joined at, let's see here. So in this video, it's 58 minutes in. Look who was on right before him.
Oh!
You were on like
Wow.
literally 5 minutes before, and this was the day I think that GameStop went from 30 to 60, and it was during this Andrew left interview.
Wow. Killing the game. Hopefully I wasn't too loud for you guys. I wasn't expecting that. Oh wow, guys. That's epic right there.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, that's all I got.
That's
You can go
nice.
back to your screen now.
Cutting edge in Benzinga, baby.
Yes, sir.
It's where it all started.
The last one was PBX. And Ruel, we have about 20 minutes left. So the last one is PBX.
Okay, gotta do shout out to my guys too. Leonard, my guy Scott, Riviera Group. Love you guys. Shelly, of course. Let's see here. So we got through 3 of 7. So I will try to make it short here. So the next one for me, hope you guys know this is my baby. I love Seek here. I think it's a bargain here at 67 cents. It got over $1, and your boy took some profits there, which turned out to be excellent because then that whole thing happened. Didn't know it was going to happen, but turned out to be an excellent move there. But I still think this guy is straight worth more than $1. They have virtual land coming up soon. And like I said, we got guys like Lady Gaga, or we got people like Lady Gaga, Ziggy Marley, Iman Shumpert, Demi Lovato, Ringo Starr, Jesse Reyes, whole bunch of different people, superstars behind this. Dwayne Wade, the list goes on. They have a working phone app, and they're in a hot sector, AR, VR, and metaverse. What more can you want from these guys? I think the future is bright for them. They're trying to create basically an AR, VR, MTV / YouTube. So really high on those guys. The next guys that I would go with is staying in the world of kind of metaverse type stuff. Star Atlas. I think, can't spell there. I think it's a really good buy. They have a governance token, and this token, so Star Atlas is Atlas. The governance token is Police, I believe. POLS.
I gotta
Okay,
get your
whatever.
source.
It's not okay. Okay, so that's the governance token. So I think at 12 cents, 13 cents, this is a really big bargain. Of course, it was as high as 21 cents here. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get the game going. We'd have to look at the roadmap, but there's so much that people are really waiting for this game. It looks like it's going to be like an epic undertaking, but they keep getting money rolling in, and they keep like hitting you with new stuff. So it's like it's definitely something that's going to happen. And when it happens, if you're sitting on some of these coins, I think it's going to be a real big, nice thing. So you can see here that might be some of the graphics that they have there. They have all these different territories. They're going to start selling land too, coming up pretty soon. If we go to the marketplace, so ships, I got one of the little common ones. Structures, they got some structures here for sale, but I heard they're supposed to sell some land pretty soon. Maybe it's already on here, maybe it's not. I haven't checked closely on this guy, but yeah, Star Atlas is my next on my list. And then let's go to the next one. Splinterlands.
Look who's behind me, Ruell.
Hey, AB, what's
There
up,
he
man?
is. AB is here, baby.
Man, I'm gonna have to come see y'all when I come to Detroit. It's not happening during the snow time, so but yeah, I'm gonna have to come up there when it stops snowing.
All right, keep going.
So number where we at? Splinter Shards. Okay, so Splinterlands. Gosh, you guys know I love this game. It's a Magic the Gathering type feel to it. Um, another big update with Splinterlands is, and I think we talked about this when Ryan was filling in for you, Luke.
Okay.
They have
Yes,
land
big shout out to Ryan.
that is going to be on the Affinity metaverse. If you guys aren't familiar with Affinity, Affinity is going to be Engine Tokens Metaverse. So if you come down here and look at it, it'll just tell you Affinity is developed by Engine. blah blah blah. And if you guys want to see like some news on that, go back to the previous Ruell report, and it'll show you exactly what's going on there. And we go to Hive Engine, you can actually see how much the land is worth for Splinterlands, because I think it's these plots are actually going to go onto the Affinity universe or whatever. Let's see. Last time I was using this, it wouldn't work. It might not work now. I had to go to the Brave browser. Yes, it looks like it's not going to work. So Splinterlands, that's next on my list. And then let's see here. Oh, okay, a biggie. Oasis Network. Now, this would probably be my number 3. Um, so Oasis Network, and definitely check out the previous Ruell report. Me and Ryan kind of went deep on this guy.
Okay. So
They
you
have
probably is how is Ryan as a host, as like a co-host, as a
it's
sidekick?
it's pretty interesting because he knows some crypto stuff, but like I'm all about like kind of like under the radar cryptos. So like I'm hitting him with stuff he hasn't necessarily heard of before, but then like when he hears of it, he can say like what he thinks of it in the crypto sense, and he pretty much liked everything that was going on there. Um, so with this Oasis network, they actually have a deal with Facebook. And I think not too many people know about it because like Facebook didn't say anything about it, but they never said no about it. So they have a deal going on with Facebook. We go Oasis Foundation Meta. Okay, it's here. A lot of people are talking about it, but I want to see the actual post. Maybe they took the post down. Maybe they deleted it. Let's see if we can do Oasis and Meta. That'll probably be better. Partially clad women. Cats. Everything except what we're looking for.
Okay.
Um, keep scrolling because it was somewhere in like November. Okay, here it is. Kind of basically. Um, Oasis is excited to be working with Meta AI, formerly Facebook AI, on a fascinating application of secure computing technologies in the AI. And I went really deep about this in the last episode, but basically, if you go into it, Oasis's founder, um, what she worked on was finding fakes with the AI, and AI fakes are basically deep fakes. They're what we call deep fakes. So imagine like deep fakes in a metaverse. Imagine the reality, like how much that's going to really immerse you in an alternate reality if all the faces are like deep fakes. Oh my god. Like that's going to be like amazing if that's something that they're going to do. So yeah, I go we go like kind of really deep on this, and I also have a video on Oasis. But as soon as Facebook kind of announces those details and Oasis kind of alludes into it, stay tuned for more early next year. So early next year when they announce this and then Facebook announces it, expect this guy to skyrocket. So I definitely got a stash of this hidden away. I'm probably gonna just do some more because it's at 26 cents, but very high on this. Um, And even if you go down here lower, you can see that they basically say they're almost like a layer 0 protocol, which means that they can here we go. It's similar to the architecture to the structure of Avalanche or Polkadot, connecting to several different blockchains within one ecosystem. So it almost means like if Facebook is using this as their kind of platform, that means that they can connect multiple different metaverses. So they could connect Sandbox, they could connect Decentraland, Splinterlands, Efinity, because everybody pretty much has a profile or an identity on Facebook or Instagram, right? So they could connect all those boys up. So that would be really a big boon for Oasis. So Oasis is next. And then for my final two, I believe. Yeah, final two are Phantom. Phantom, and the reason I'm with Phantom is kind of like a DeFi play. If we come over here and look at value locked, Phantom, I believe, is in the top. It's definitely in the top 10. Not sure if it's in the top 5. Okay, top 8 with value locked there at 4.53 billion. And like pretty much everybody in the top 10 is over $2 except for like Tron. And you know, Tron has its own problems.
Yep. Which is what?
Tron, just people don't like Tron because it's kind of Chinese, and like there's some scammy things that have been done on there before. But as far as anything else, Tron is actually a pretty good platform, and it has everything that everybody else has. The only thing that the people don't like about it is that it's based in China, and that there possible shady things that have been done in there. But you could say that of almost all crypto platforms, right? Like people use Ethereum and like yeah, so you could say that of many platforms. I don't think Tron has anything wrong with it other than people probably don't like it because it's Chinese based, and there's always that FUD about what's going on in China and whatnot. So that's the only thing with Tron. And then one that everyone loves to hate, but I love to love. Straight up, Cardano, ADA. I'm still high on ADA and all the things ADA, like Paribus. I know somebody mentioned that in the chat. I am still high on PBX. As soon as Cardano gets its, the smart contracts are online, but they're not easily deployable. And Ethereum ran into the exact same thing. So it's not like, oh, what are you guys doing, Cardano? You're never going to be ready. It also took Ethereum a little while to make their smart contracts reusable. And also, there was some shenanigans going on here that I really need to debunk. eToro is going to delist Cardano for US people. They're going to delist Cardano and Tron. Now, personally, and here's another thing with Tron and both Cardano. Tron and Cardano, I don't think that they have like big corporate friends, as you will. Like, I know Charles has said this before. Like, he just, he has his own platform, and he's gotten in good with people in Africa and made a lot of connections, but he doesn't have those big corporate friends. So what it almost seemed like to me is somebody wanted to get Cardano at a lower price, because if eToro is delisting Cardano for US people, why isn't Coinbase doing it? And Coinbase, I'm sure, as a publicly traded company, eToro is going to be soon, but they would have way
Is
higher.
eToro public now? Did that ever finish?
It didn't finish yet. It's
Wow,
still out
dude.
there.
Those SPAC deals take forever, man.
They do. But
Holy crap.
if they went through all the stuff for Coinbase, come on now. They're not there's no reason for eToro to say we need to delist them.
Yep. No, I
Cardano is
hear you.
also on Voyager. If they went through all the things they needed to go through for Voyager, there's no reason for eToro to say that they're going to delist them. So, and to throw some more fuel in that fire, eToro is an Israeli company. I don't know if you guys follow a lot of that, but the Israeli government is really big buddies with the U.S.
Oh
So,
yeah. They got the vaccine before we did.
so,
I think
so
that says enough.
exactly. So that also kind of goes more into like kind of what Charles says. He doesn't have any big corporate buddies. So if they were going to pick two coins that they wanted to get something lower on, obviously it's going to be Tron, the Chinese coin, and Cardano, the one that has a guy that's like not letting them get their teeth into it. So there's that. So really think Cardano still has a bright future, and I'm still high on stuff like Paribus, Card Starter, stuff like that. And all of those you can get at so much of a bargain right now, because there's all this FUD out there about Cardano and Cardano itself. Yeah, so those are my top 10. Adira, HBAR, Stellar, XLM, Star Atlas, Seek, Crypto.com coin, Crow, Oasis Network, Rose, Splinter Lens Governance, which is SPS, Veracity, which is Vera, Phantom, which is FTM, and ADA. Those are my top 10.
All right. And
Now,
then
I
if
want to
anybody
see,
else has some in the chat, I want to see them.
I saw some in the chat here. Let me see.
Well, you're pulling those up pretty well. I want to talk about the crypto stocks for a second. They're tough, man. If trading volume plummets, they're gonna get killed, right? They earn a good chunk of money on interest. And if the principal, the value of that they're earning interest on decreases, right? Bitcoin falls from 60 to 40. That's a hit of 1/3 automatically right there, let alone any sort of interest demand changes. If trading volume falls significantly, which it will, if crypto's not at all-time highs, especially the majors, there's a problem for you. So I'm one where I think right now you sit on the sidelines with the crypto stocks, and then you wait until we get closer to the earnings reports coming out, and you trade them into the earnings reports. And the earnings reports you'll know by then how crypto traded during the quarter. So you're going to know how volumes were during the quarter, and then into the guidance. Depending on where crypto markets are, that's what's going to be most important. If altcoins or majors or both hopefully are at all-time highs or at highs and ripping, then the guidance is going to be strong. Go long them. That's my opinion. If we're sitting in a trough, even if it's a strong quarter, I think guidance is weak and the stocks don't do well. That's my take.
Woo, Luke, that's a lot. And I'm always the guy. That's like the shortest distance to anything is a straight line, and keep it simple, stupid. All those phrases. As much as I can simplify things as possible. You know me, man. I got kids. I gotta be efficient and smart all the time. So for me, the best thing for me is those SPACs. So for me, eToro sitting at the eToro SPAC, which I think is FTCV or something like that. It's either FTCV or FCTV, one of the two. I think that's the best crypto buy period right now. And I'm
Okay.
using just support and resistance. That's all. Support and resistance and precedent. So our precedent is back, BAKKT.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
that 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 SPAC was sitting out there forever at 10 and under, and then um, Mastercard, Mastercard announced that they were doing a deal with them, and then boom, it went up to like $60 or something like that, and now it's like sitting at 17. But either way, if you bought at 10 and you didn't even sell any when it went up that high, you're still up what 70 something percent. So um, on that note, I'm thinking that the eToro SPAC that has not merged yet, that's probably going to still go through, is the best buy, just based off that. And that's the only thing. Um, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm about right now. Um, yeah. So the only so that also leads me to something that I want to tell you guys about, that a show I want to preview on my channel. I'm going to do a show that's kind of merging stock and crypto, like a stock and crypto fusion. Because I was talking to some of my in-laws, and he's like a staunch stock guy, and I want to like kind of have a show for him. That's like, okay, if you want to dip your feet in the crypto, you can. And I also want to have a show for like the crypto person that wants to dip their feet into stock. So I'm gonna brand that show Ruell Report and keep this one Learn to Trade. And I really want to have that for people so that they can kind of get their feet wet in the both worlds. And then once we have the crypto watch lists on Benzinga Pro, that's gonna really set it off for all of us, because then I'm gonna be able to say that that's the platform you guys should use if you're trying to break into crypto, if you're a staunch uh, stock guy. And we're almost there. We're almost there. We got it now where you can search crypto on like the top 12 mentioned, or like the top 20 mentioned cryptos. If we can get it to like the top 1,000 and actually be able to use those on watch lists, it's really going to be able to be something that will be a great tool for both you guys, crypto guys and stock guys. It's the most excellent tool for stock people if you want to have like charts and news in one place. There's nothing better. But once we get crypto on there like fully too, same there, same goes. But yeah, I think that's going to be the best bargain in crypto right there. And also for someone that doesn't want to do anything that moves too much, there's two ETFs: the Bito, which is the Bitcoin ETF, and then there's one by Amplify called Block. I think it's BLOK. Those are two if you just kind of want to have like crypto exposure, but you don't want to kind of go like all into the stock world. You can.
Yeah,
'Cause
you've been
ETF,
telling us about those for a little bit.
yeah, because the ETFs don't move as much, but some plays like CleanSpark to me are better because they're Bitcoin miners, but they do other things like they do microgrids, which is something that you really want if you don't believe in a like big power grid. And then you got that whole Biden infrastructure thing going on. So CleanSpark to me is a really, really great value, and I think it's sitting like under $20 right now. So those are the biggest values for me. If you're kind of a crypto person looking to get into stock, but just understand that crypto or stock does not move as fast as crypto, not in any means.
I
Um,
know, which I
so
I think is okay.
So if you're putting money in the stock market, it's not necessarily like a crypto guy might think of it as dead money, but you just have to understand like, let's find something really, really close to support, where we're putting it in there. We don't expect it to go down 10% or anything like that. Like, we're just going to put it in there and we're going to wait for the catalyst to happen and not worry about it. So that would be the strategy I'm using, and you guys could watch because it's not financial advice.
There you go.
That'll be my
And Ruell,
the
I
strategy
do have to hop onto an 8 o'clock call.
All right.
So I have to have our fun come to an end, unfortunately.
No worries. It's all good. So catch us here next week, and definitely like and subscribe. Come to the channel. Remember, it's darkhorsewatcher.com. And yeah, let's push to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, guys. Woo woo.
Woo. Peace, guys. Happy trading.